In a fast-paced world, every day brings new challenges and new opportunities. At Strayer University, we know a thing or two about getting and staying ahead of change. For over 130 years, we've been providing students like you with innovative tools, customized support, and an education built to empower you, so you can find your way forward and always keep striving. Visit strayer.edu to learn more.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
What's going on, Deej? Is it okay if I call you Deej?
I kind of love it. It kind of makes me feel like I'm at home because I miss my buddies. I miss doing the show.
I'm excited to talk to you, Deej. I feel like we grew up together. We have children that are similar age, which I think is odd because I just feel like I can't believe I have a kid who drives a car now. And I know that you have one of your oldest now, I believe, that's not even in the nest anymore. How are the kids and yourselves quarantining at this point?
Yeah, actually, I have all three of mine have left the nest as of last year. I became an empty nester, but they're all back because of quarantine. So I'm actually, it's the silver lining in all of this. I love having all three of my kids home, and so I'm enjoying that time.
Nice. We're talking with Candace Cameron, as I like to call her, Deej. She's a wife, she's a mom, she's a sister in Christ, an author of some children's books, and she's the queen of Christmas. We'll talk about some of the stuff you've got coming up with the Hallmark Channel, but right now I want to know more about Hope Rising, COVID-19. We got this benefit concert, and I can't believe the lineup that you and your brother have put together for this show. Tell us more. Where can we watch it, and what are you guys doing?
Yeah, so Hope Rising is going to be on this Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, and it'll be live streaming on Facebook. You can go to hoperising.live, and the link will take you there. But this is a benefit concert, and we have gathered all of the best cream of the crop, Grammy Award-winning contemporary Christian artists. We have bands like For King and Country, Mercy Me, Casting Crowns, Natalie Grant, Matthew West, Kirk Franklin, and also inspirational speakers. And we really wanted to put together a benefit concert that wasn't just entertaining, but really gives a message of hope that's grounded in truth and the Word of God. And we're just bringing all the communities of faith together and giving the world something to watch that's actually going to give what I believe is a real source of hope and encouragement.
Yeah, 100% of the charity benefits going to go directly to nonprofit humanitarian work, and it's going to be for a great cause, and you and your brother have always done great things throughout your career, and what a lineup. This is the other thing. You know, when we were younger, you'd go to church, you'd sing hymns, nothing against a nice hymn. But the Christian contemporary scene is really hip. I know some people will be like, I can't get into Christian music, but nowadays this stuff rocks. I mean, we can expect when we tune in to this benefit concert, we're going to see some amazing musicians and some really killer music, right?
Yeah, absolutely. If you've never listened to contemporary Christian, you will be pleasantly surprised. But you probably actually heard it on radio stations and you just didn't realize that they were Christian artists, because For King and Country is on all the radio stations. So is Danny Goki. We have him. He was on American Idol. And even Natalie Grant. Like they're all many of them are crossover artists in the sense that the lyrics are just so positive. The music it's Grammy Award winning. So you should tune in whether you've heard the music or not. I know that you'll enjoy it.
So excited to be talking to a lot of people's childhood sweetheart, the lovely and talented Candace Bure. And I follow you on Instagram. Very impressed not only with your commitment to Christ, but you're always exercising. You're always cooking these delicious-looking meals that look like they're pretty good for you. You're so grounded. You seem like you have everything together, at least on social media. Unlike so many other child actors that end up heading down the wrong path, I'm curious to find out the keys to you staying so humble and grounded and out of that Hollywood scene that is the exact opposite.
Oh, well, thanks. I appreciate it. Listen, I'm just me. I'm pretty open and transparent on my social media. Definitely not perfect, but Instagram, we all share the highlights of our lives, right? But I try to be as open and honest there as possible. And I really believe that I was raised by good parents, and my faith in God has always grounded me and kept my priorities straight. And all the things that I do are to try to glorify Him and honor Him, and that's really my worldview perspective on everything, whether that comes in my family or my work.
And I'm sure I'm not the only person. This is actually kudos to your brother. But I was going through a divorce about 10 years ago, and I read the book Fireproof because somebody recommended it to me, my therapist at the time, actually. And then I watched the movie, and it really, I think back on it was a really dark time in my life 10 years ago, and that movie really did help me at that moment. So send along some kudos to the big bro. I'm sure you've heard that before. Have other people mentioned that?
Yeah, I've heard it over the years, but that was a really nice reminder, and I will certainly pass it along to him. It's been pretty fun that my brother and I were able to put together Hope Rising, because we don't work together very often, and it's been a fast and furious past 2 weeks putting the event together, but it's been like good quality brother-sister time, which has been nice. So I'll certainly pass the message along. So
explain how this Hope Rising live concert's going to work coming up Sunday night, 8 o'clock Eastern. Make sure you get on Facebook to find it. Just Google search Hope Rising, the COVID-19 benefit concert. But with social distancing and concerts really being a thing that seems to be so far in the distant future, how will we be consuming this content? I guess everybody's just jamming out at their house. Are you and your brother going to be in the same room? How are you going to be delivering this to the world?
Yeah, that's exactly it. So all of the artists will be singing live from their home, whether it's in their living room or their home studio. They are jamming, and they've got their iPhones set up. But the great thing for us is most of these artists have really great equipment already in their house. So the quality of the program is top notch. So it's gonna be amazing that way. And then my brother and I are co-hosting it together, but we're both in our respective homes, and so we're just going to be morphed on the screen together. And you're going to get this incredible live in-home concert.
How far do you live away from your brother? Like, if you wanted to pack up the family and go over to Kirk's for Thanksgiving, is that something that would you'd have to hop on a plane, or could you just cruise over to Brother Kirk's house?
No, I could just cruise over. I'm about a 30-minute drive from him.
Oh, not bad. We're talking to the lovely and talented Candace Bure. So happy to have her on. Of course, you all remember her as DJ Tanner on Full House and now grown up on Fuller House. I'm curious to know, when the phone rang 20 years after the fact and they tell you, hey, we're working on a project, we're going to do a reboot of our big hit from back in the late 80s, early 90s, was there any hesitation when you first heard this, or were you all in from the get?
Yeah, I was all in from the get-go, but we actually went and pitched this, so it wasn't a phone call that I got saying, hey, this is going to go forward. This was me and John Stamos and Jody Sweet and Andrea Barber. We all worked together with the creator of the show and then went out and pitched it to sell it, and Netflix took it. So it was, pretty awesome, but it took a couple years to get it off the ground, to be honest, and we're grateful that Netflix had picked it up, and obviously it became a huge success for Netflix. So
yeah, it was fantastic. It's cool, and I had Andrea Barber on not long ago, and I was telling her that I thought it was really cool that I have a daughter who's 12 now, and she watched the old episodes of Full House after she watched Fuller House, because she didn't know that there was a Full House until I kind of explained it to her. Like, these actresses and actors were big stars when I was a kid, and it was just really cool that we were able to share that common thread, that I was a fan of your guys' when I was a kid, and now she's a huge fan. And once I tell her that I spoke to you, she's going to be even more excited. But I would like to know a little bit more about a possibility for a Fullest House. Do you think it's a possibility that we could see Grandma Deej at 60? Is that out of the question?
We would love it. We joke about it all the time, and who knows, in another 10 or 15 years, maybe it'll happen. We'll have the Golden Girls version of Fullest House.
That'll be awesome. And real quickly, we just have some quick-fire questions for you that have come in from our audience. Your favorite vacation spot, if you and your husband are going to head off to go somewhere to hit the reset button, where would that favorite place be?
Oh, well, Capri, Italy is one of my favorites.
Very
nice. Far for a weekend destination, but there you go.
And your husband Val is a former hockey player and Russian American. Have you been to Russia with him? Do you guys ever go back to his homeland?
I've been there several times, but we have not been back for about 15 years. But in the earlier days, we were going every other year.
All right, and then how about the first piece of music you ever bought? And was it a cassette? Was it a vinyl record? Do you remember that first piece of music that you were jamming out to as young Deej?
I do. So my brothers and sisters had their own. They had records and cassette tapes, but I remember the very first CD I bought, and that was Smokey Robinson, because my dad's music had a huge influence on me. What he listened to, but it was Smokey Robinson and George Michael, Gotta Have Faith. Like, those are the two CDs I went into Tower Records and bought.
And there you go. You've kept that faith all this time, which is fantastic. Has there ever been a moment in your career, obviously I'm sure there has, but a moment where your faith was really tested? Because Hollywood is a tough place.
I mean, certainly I've gone through struggles and there are times of frustration, but my faith itself has never been rocked, because I just, I believe God's word and I believe in the truth, and it doesn't mean I don't have big questions or get upset sometimes at the decisions or the choices that are being made or what I can't control, but it doesn't ever make me question the reality or belief in God.
And do you collect anything? That was a question in from our audience. I like to collect vinyl records. We had Tom Hanks on. He likes to collect typewriters. Is there something that Candace Bure likes to collect around the house, like a little knick-knack or something?
I like to declutter, so I don't collect anything. If I collect anything, it's like accessories, but that's not really a real collection. I would say I have quite the collection of headbands, but not the same as what you guys are collecting. Nice.
Okay, and then finally, just answer Uncle Joey or Uncle Jesse. Okay, so for relationship advice, you going to Uncle Joey or are you going to Uncle Jesse?
Uncle Jesse.
Uncle Jesse, even though Uncle Joey, from what I read, introduced you to your husband Val. Is that true?
Well, are we talking characters or are we talking the real people?
If you were DJ Tanner, would you go to Uncle Joey or Uncle Jesse? And then Candace Bure, would you go to John Stamos or would you go to Dave Coulier?
Yeah, so I would go. Candace would go to Dave Coulier. DJ would go to Uncle Jesse.
Okay, there we go. We've cleared that up. And now, if you needed some advice about sports, maybe you wanted to ask about some hockey questions or some football questions, really man it up, Uncle Joey or Uncle Jesse?
Joey, 100%.
This one's probably fairly easy, but if you wanted to get some advice on skincare, hair care, would you go to Uncle Joey or would you... Uncle Jesse, for sure. And I see that you do have on your... I'm not big into doing things with my skin, but I probably should as I'm getting older. I saw on your Instagram where you were giving a tutorial, a little secret on how you stay so youthful, because I must say, a lot of people don't age well. I got to tell you, Candace, you have aged very well. What is your secret with staying so youthful?
Oh, well, thanks. I exercise, I drink a lot of water, I use a lot of sunscreen, all the things that help, and good genes also help. But I also have been using the Dr. Lancer skincare for 11 years and truly believe in it, and that's why you saw me giving a tutorial, and I'm often selling those products as well, because they've just changed my skin, and I love them.
Well, it's been a real pleasure talking to you, Deej. Candace Cameron Bure. She's a great follow on Instagram. Make sure you go give her a follow. And please do support HopeRising.live, 8 p.m. Eastern, coming up this Sunday night with her brother, Kirk Cameron, and a list of huge and awesome celebrity Christian acts. Thank you so much for your time, Candace, and hope to talk to you again down the road someday.
All right. Thanks. I really appreciate it. Have a good one.
In a world that's constantly changing, you have to move forward to change with it. At Strayer University, we see you striving to work harder and go further. That's why we provide you with the tools you need to get there, like offering a brand new laptop when you enroll in a bachelor's program, so you can do your coursework anytime, anywhere. Because our greatest strength is helping you unlock yours, so you can always keep striving. Visit strayer.edu to learn more. Eligibility rules, restrictions, and exclusions apply. Connect with us for details.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.